Hey everyone, it's Charlie Morgan here, and welcome back to another client interview. Today's is with Joshua Wombwell, who basically went from 0 to 15, if I'm not mistaken, 15 grand a month with his agency in the first few to 6 months of working with us. We've changed his life, and I'm sharing this video with you because if you resonate with his story, I may well be able to change your life as well. So if you like what you see, if you want similar results, click the first link in the description. It's a sales pitch, right? This whole video is intended to give you enough social proof and confidence to buy my thing. I want to make money, man, but I also want to change your life. So I hope you don't mind the transparency and the honesty. Maybe I take it a bit too far sometimes, but enjoy the video and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, I have another client interview. And today I've got my friend and client Joshua here, who I'm very happy to say has been working with us. How long for now, mate? It's been a couple of months.
I think it's about 6 months now.
Yeah, so just
Yeah.
shy of 6 months. And Joshua has gone from complete beginner, newbie to SMMA with no previous knowledge, experience, results, or anything. He now makes 15 grand a month, which is quite exciting. And I wanted to get him on and basically interview him to figure out how he's used the program. And I'm hoping that by you watching this video, it might convince you to book a call. But Joshua, why don't you just sort of introduce yourself quickly and tell people a bit about your niche and who you are, and we'll get into the story.
Cool. So, hello everyone. I'm Joshua. I recently started up my SMA agency journey about 6 or 7 months ago. I'm in the real estate niche after some time of basically procrastination and trying to figure out what's the best niche. I decided to go into real estate. I had quite a long period of time where I was doing a lot of like niche hopping. So I built up to 6K a month in multiple different niches, solving multiple different problems.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finally decided to focus down on real estate, and things got a lot easier for me. And I just was able to scale up to 15K per month,
I love it.
which was far more streamlined process.
Good stuff, man. So what we'll do is we'll start with the where you were, right? Because I think a lot of people are going to be very
Sure.
interested. Because a lot of people look at these videos
Okay.
and they think like oh well, Joshua must just be a very special person. Obviously, you're special
Right.
to us, but you get the point. Like you work,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
could you explain to me and to everyone watching where you were before SMMA, before you joined the
Sure.
program? Just give us that
Okay.
sort of rundown of your story before buying.
Sure. So before buying from you guys, I was in a pretty difficult spot in my life. So I finished school
Hmm.
around COVID times,
Yeah.
or well, around those times, and I was on a gap year, and I was gonna go traveling Thailand and do Muay Thai basically. But those plans were cancelled because of the event. And I basically didn't have a lot to do like with my time. I didn't really know what to do with myself. So I ended up I got a job working at, when was the first job that I got? I got a job working at a supermarket, right? Which was
Hmm.
like it's called Bailey and Sage. It was a 9 to 5, or like those sort of hours. So it could be in the afternoon to the evening or really early morning. Um, and I was working 5 days a week, earning what, 9, 10 pounds an hour. And I could slowly feel myself just every day was the same. Really didn't like it. I was earning no money. It felt like disrespectful to myself to be in that
Hmm.
sort of position. Because I used to do a lot of sports. I was used to achieving lots of really great things, and then I kind of got slapped in the face with the real world after leaving school and going, actually, I don't really have any credentials. And during my time in my gap year, so I was working all the time, and all my friends were at university, and I saw what they were doing, and they were basically just partying 24/7. And I'm not really, I'm not much of a partier. I like to work, and I saw that they were kind of just accumulating loads of debt
Hmm.
to potentially be able to get a job that they won't even really like in the first place, to pay off for that debt that they accumulated during their like 3 year bender, pretty much. Um,
It's Very good way of
So
explaining it, actually.
yeah, pretty much. And so I was working at that job and I didn't like that. So I moved to a different job to work as a bartender. And that's when stuff started to get really difficult because I was working from like 12 in the afternoon till maybe 2 a.m. So my sleep schedule was completely ruined.
Hmm.
I was really tired. I was dealing with like drunk people all the time. And to me, it looked like, university was the only option to get out of what I was currently in. I was like, I'm working with people who are 25, 26, and they didn't go to university, and this is the only job that they can pretty much get.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, it seems like university is the only option for me. And then, one day I'd heard, noise on social media about, side hustles and, getting out of the matrix. And
Yeah.
and oh, actually, what I forgot to mention is that my girlfriend is from New York.
Hmm.
So and I would have to travel back and forth from London to New York. So location for me was a big aspect,
Hmm.
right? I needed to be able to do something that freed up my location. And if I got a job here in London or I went to university in England, that wouldn't be able to happen.
I see.
So my girlfriend's mum is pretty big in real estate over there. She's a broker, a realtor,
Hmm.
and she was trying to get me a job. So I trained. I did all the courses for to be a real estate salesperson, basically to be a real estate agent.
Hmm.
Did all of that. Corcoran said, "Yeah, it's fine. You can work for us." And then it got to the point where I was going to get a visa to be a real estate agent in New York, and it was a no go. So I couldn't get the visa, and then I was like way back at square one, working another 9 to 5 that I didn't like. I had no way of earning money in the USA.
Hmm.
Um, didn't like any of the jobs here. I had missed my opportunity to go to university in England because the
Yeah, I
time had
see. Yeah.
passed. And I basically really didn't know what to do with myself. Um, so I, like any 20-year-old does, started Googling what to do. And I started Googling and I saw drop shipping, I saw multi-level marketing, I saw crypto, everything. And then I learned about SMA, being an
Yeah.
agency owner. And I went through, I must have watched hours of all the videos from all the big names. And there was something that just didn't really sit right with me about them. They just kind of seemed like they were like the classic guy that had a course and the course wouldn't really do much for you. So then you get upsold onto the next
Yeah.
one. But then I found you on YouTube and there was
Oh,
something that was
love it first sight, mate. The algorithm.
yeah, exactly. The algorithm blessed me with Charlie Morgan,
Yeah.
and I saw you, and there was just something different about the knowledge that you were giving out, and you had a different kind of energy to you.
Hmm.
So there was like a trust that formed, even though I was watching you through YouTube, and then I decided to hop on a sales call with your guys, and I can say like most certainly best decision I've made. I would not be in the
Yeah.
position I am today without the like true wealth of knowledge that is inside
Hmm.
of EasyGrow or Imperium. Like no chance.
I appreciate that, man. Who did you have the call with? Can you remember?
I had it with Jack.
Jack.
I had it
I'll
with
send.
Jack.
I'll send him this interview. We'll make him cry.
Cool.
Nothing makes him
Yeah,
happier than
yeah.
shit like this, man.
He was like, I want you to be my most successful client. I was like, don't worry, I got you.
He says that to all the girls. No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Of course,
No,
of
I'm messing
course,
with you.
of
So
course.
so let's visit the motivation here. So you watched some videos, we built some
Mm,
trust, you scheduled the appointment. What was the goal when you started? Like, was it because obviously I'm assuming it was like 10K, 20K a month, which you've now
yeah,
hit basically.
yeah.
But why did you want that? Was it the financial freedom? Was it the location freedom? Was it just basically being able to not feel like a failure, and have some direction as opposed to just jumping between jobs. Talk to me about the psychology of that.
So there were numerous different aspects to it. One of them, of course, was financial freedom.
Mm,
The 10K per month in this industry is like I guess the
benchmark.
number one, the benchmark that you start off with when you're new. Um, so to put it into perspective, I was working like 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, so like 50-hour work weeks, and I was earning per month maybe 2K after tax. So and it was rough. So I had this serious like fall from grace when I
Mm.
was in school, um, getting all of these huge achievements, and then to that, which was really pretty awful. So I guess I had some like inferiority complex, sort of
Some sort of
starting to,
Freudian
yeah,
shit going on there.
yeah, starting to build, and I was like, no, I'm better than this. I know I can do more than this.
Do you think it's accurate to say then? So you felt like you had this, and you probably still do, but you felt like you had this latent potential.
Yeah,
You were worth more than your current position, but it was the frustration was coming from like, I can't manifest that potential in this job. So
yeah,
yeah. So that's where it basically came from. So you hopped in. So you're now doing about $15,000 to $20,000 a month in over the course of 6 months, which is a huge transformation. And there's no doubt that you've worked hard to achieve that. I want to preface that when if you're watching this and you do think, oh, I might buy Charlie's program, I think Joshua can attest this. It's not easy. Like, we're not
yeah,
giving like an easy
yeah,
fix where
yeah,
it's just like
yeah.
it's magical. Like, it requires some serious graft and hard work. Just to be completely honest. But so what I want to know is how you feel. So you obviously you've still got a long way to go. I'm sure you've got goals and future states you want to achieve. But now that you're the man and you're doing 15K a month and you're signing, because Joshua signed this massive 5-figure deal recently, how the hell does it feel to be doing those things and to know that you've actually brought it to life?
So that's really interesting, actually, because I had this stage with my agency where I was
Mm,
doing like 6 or 7K a month, living really, really well,
yeah.
buying new things. Looking at my bank statement was great, going out to nice dinners, etc. But the pain, and you guys will know this if you get the program, the pain disappeared, right? I
Mm,
set this goal, right? Not, I like to think of them more as checkpoints now, but I set this goal, I reached that goal, and then all of my pain, which is a huge driving force, left. And I got very comfortable. And then suddenly, 2 months from then, everything just kind of,
that's how it gets everyone,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it gets
It's like,
everyone.
oh, I've completed it. I've beat business or whatever.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later, it just gone. Pretty much all my clients left. I got lazy, I got complacent, and I was pretty much back at like square one, but I have
Mm,
the skills and the knowledge. So how does it feel now? It feels good, but I kind of just move the benchmark now. So I,
yeah.
I like to see them as check marks on a long journey rather than an ultimate goal, if you see what I mean. Like if
Hmm.
you're climbing Everest, I never want to reach the peak. I want it to carry on being just little check marks.
Makes sense. That's
Yeah.
good. So, how's it changed your life?
So it alleviated a lot of pain. So
Mm,
I was living with my parents. I had to save loads of money to go and visit my girlfriend. Um, I was going to be forced by kind of myself into this university that I didn't want to go to.
yeah.
Um, I was going to end up working a job that I didn't really want to do to pay off debt that I didn't really want to have in the first place.
Hmm.
So it has changed my life in more ways that I can even articulate. And it's changed me fundamentally as a person because if you guys buy the program, there is a mindset module
I'm not
that
paying
is
him to say this, by the way.
this is really from me. There is a mindset module, self transcendence, that is truly profound, and that alone is worth more than I can put monetary value on. It is something that you will have to revisit numerous times and really drill into your conscious like being. So I'll go on a dog walk and I'll just be listening to it and start to rethink it. But it truly makes you understand that your entire reality is up to you, and you have the power to change everything that you want. You just need the knowledge in the first place to be able to do that. And inside of Imperium or EasyGrow, there is that knowledge for you to be able to put into action. But I will again like preface this: it's not easy.
No,
you will be met.
It's not supposed to be.
You will be met with a lot of self-doubt, difficulty. That's all again inside of your head. That if you do well, you'll push through, basically.
I hear you. So other than the self-transcendence module and the mindset stuff, this is more for my feedback than anything. What else did you find was most useful in terms of like whether it's the sales thing, the service delivery thing, the appointment booking thing? What else did you use that was really helpful?
So for me, your outreach methods are like different. They're outrageous. They're so good. Getting clients, I mean, I guess I'm in the real estate niche, which makes it quote unquote easier to get appointments. But the amount of different ways that you can use your outreach methods are the best. The sales process is phenomenal. The way that you can position yourself to remove someone's pain and buy out of the pain is incredible. The service delivery module as well is great. It gives you all the tools to be able to deliver a great service in any niche. I find, because it's not like specific to one niche, it gives you like this great toolbox to tailor make it.
It's more of a foundation thing.
Yeah.
I think another thing to be transparent with people on as well is like the service delivery acts as this foundation, but it's not niche specific. So obviously with you working with realtors and stuff, you've got to find the ads, the funnels that work, because we couldn't do that for every niche. So transparency for people. So it's been 6 months. And you're making, multi six figures now from nothing. What do you want to do next? What is the next checkpoint for you?
So the next checkpoint for me is, I've been taking some time to think about this, and I was thinking of building more of a like SaaS sort of product. But at the same time, I think I want to build more of a done with you agency. So like a course for realtors on how they can do it themselves. Because what I will say about like the normal agency model is that the more clients you get, right, the kind of harder it unless this is just my paradigm.
No, it doesn't scale too you're right.
There's not this like great flywheel aspect to it. Like, so for example, Amazon, the more customers they get, right, the better Amazon is. The more providers they get, the better Amazon is. Whereas with the traditional agency model, the more customers you have, the harder it is to deliver great results for each customer. If you build a done with you agency, right, with a course, a way to run ads so they can run their own ads and everything, the more customers you have, the better your product gets, right? Especially if there's like a group aspect to it, etc. I think it's a much better model. But I also believe that each agency owner should go through the done for you agency model first.
You kind of have to graduate. It's like, if you can't scale a done for you agency to 30 grand a month, you don't deserve to do done with you. That's sort of how we see it. Like if you haven't delivered that pristine result for like 10, 20, 30 people, to teach it is near impossible, or at least to teach
Yeah.
it with enough diligence. So that makes sense. So I mean, here's the question where I ask you to basically sell my own thing for me. But let me give you a circumstance. So let's say that let's say someone's watching this and they're thinking about booking a call, but they've got some doubts because obviously they've been fucked before by a 997 provider.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you say to the person who's thinking about scheduling?
I would say to them that this isn't even in the same ballpark, right? I really wouldn't group it together with any other 997 course or anything like that. Just
Mm,
remove that from the equation entirely.
mm,
This is like a incredible piece of knowledge and kind of power that you'll be able to give to yourself that can, if you use it correctly, if you are able to put in the work, you can really do incredible things with it. You can change your life inside and out. Money, health, mindset, everything.
mm.
You will be able to change it. I cannot recommend it enough. Like
Oh, that's what we like to
truly, I truly was in like one of the worst positions that you can be in before buying this course, and I would still be there if I didn't make the right
Dude, you're gonna
decision
make
to
me
buy
you're gonna make me well up, man.
it.
Like you know, these interviews they get, because I think this is probably the like near enough the 20th interview we've done,
Yeah.
and I've got like 5, 6 more on the books as well. And it's easy to lose this perspective of like we become very normalized to these results, which is a great thing. But then it's also like then I remind myself, when you say shit like that, like I was in the darkest place I've been, and now I'm in the lightest place. That's like shit, we did that. I mean, obviously you
Yeah.
did it with your work ethic, but dude, it feels amazing. And I'm really grateful for you coming on and sharing your experience with everyone. And the great thing about this is like there's going to be some people watching this now who now have the conviction to schedule an appointment and buy the thing, and in 6 months time they're going to be like on these interviews like, oh yeah, I watched this interview with Joshua, and like you've done
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean? So that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I really appreciate you, man. How can people find you? Do you have Instagram or anything?
I have Instagram. My name is Joshua Wimwell. I'm also building a YouTube channel
Cool.
where I'll be giving loads of tips to agency owners on how they can basically build what I built. Again, name is Joshua Wimwell, which will be in the description, I assume.
Of course, man.
Difficult surname to spell, but it'll be there for you.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, those are the places that you can reach
Nice
me.
one, dude. Talk to you later.
See you.